last week we ended our episode at the Hawaii Railway Society's train yard on the outskirts of Ewa. Well, that brought us to Ewa Village, which is known for its iconic and historic houses from the sugarcane era. So as you can see, a lot of the old houses still have remnants from the sugar mill, the machinery that was used, and these old houses have been restored and turned into schools and other community type of activities. This is a pretty cool house right here. And I like that one across the street, old style Hawaii. And this must have been maybe a house for the head honcho of the sugar mill. Anyway, houses on both sides are really old era, middle of the 19th century. Here's a church on the left here. Pretty cool. Look at this house. This is cool. Wow. And they're restoring this one. Well, back in the 70s, I met a guy named Stan. And Stan and I, we were in the Army Reserves. They sent us to Fort Knox, Kentucky, Armored Recon. And when I got back, I got married. And Stanley got married a couple years later. Hey, look at this church on the left here. That's pretty iconic. Huh? Wow. So I got hitched, and Stanley got hitched a couple years later, and I was very fortunate to become Stanley's best man at his wedding. And his bride lived in this village. And I remember distinctly the night before the wedding that we gathered at her family's house, and for the life of me, I can't figure which road it is. And I'm going to say I watch. I didn't help, but I watched her brothers and fathers and uncles take care of 4 pigs right there in the front yard and get ready for the big feast the next day. I believe that they used a spit, not a emu, like in a, buried in the ground like a luau. Anyway, I still can't figure out where their house is. But Stanley, I know you're out there watching this. And hey, brother, you and I got to do lunch sometime. Either you can come out to Aiea with your beautiful bride, or we could come out here and get together and talk story. All right. Now we got to go find those railroad tracks, because that's where our bike path is going. We follow that, we'll get to the Pearl Harbor Historic Bike Path. All right, hang on, we'll catch you a little later. Hey, looky here, we found the tracks and the bike path next to it. I want to take this time to recognize John Rogers, no relation, who is a key figure with the Hawaii Bicycling League and one of the primary advocates to getting the Leeward Bikeway completed. The goal is a 23-mile path from Aloha Stadium to Nanakuli. In the last 2 episodes, we have been riding what will eventually be the path. It's been a little rough going today, but I want to explore the future route. When finished, it will be awesome. John has been a knowledgeable leeward guide to this path, directing my crossing of the Kapolei and Ewa plains, and today ensuring I find the West Loch route, which will be the future paved bike path. John, your kukua has been greatly appreciated. Mahalo, brother. Along this unimproved path happens to be Kapapauhi Point Park. Say that several times quickly. 80+ years ago, the mangrove that chokes the shoreline that you see here didn't exist. It was home for hydro farmers and fishermen. The invasive mangrove was introduced and it took over. Today's organizations are removing the plant and restoring the shoreline. The east side of the peninsula has already been cleared and gazebos and wharfs have been built for public use.
I rode on the river when the river was green. Took a ride on that river, never been the same. A time to remember, a passage so grand, where the walls of stone did shelter me, suckled in the grains of sand. We walked in steep canyons, blue skies were our guide, as they peeked through the cliffs where the sun chose to hide. The waters did wander, stream's gentle flow, to the path that lay beneath us, where footprints seldom go. Echoes in the canyon, up against the wall, Mother Nature calling us.
After 3 or 4 miles of unimproved bike trail, we are now connected to the Pearl Harbor Historic Trail. Yippee! So we just passed some taro farms and some watercress. How's it? And oh, look at this. These are all hydroponic farms that we see here.
The waters did wander, a stream's gentle flow, to the path that lay beneath us, where footprints seldom go. Echoes in the canyon, up against the wall, Mother Nature calling us. Do we hear the canyon call? Spent our night on the shore, stars etched in the sky.
Now, you guys remember I used to complain or tell you about we have only 3 bike paths on Oahu. This is the, how you doing? This is the 3rd one. The Pearl City, Aiea to Pearl City to Ewa Bike Path. And this is a real nice one.
Up against the wall, Mother Nature She danced
So that's Pearl Harbor. That's the Naval Shipyard. That white building is the Arizona Memorial. Behind it is the USS Missouri, and to the right, Ford Island. Well, thanks for joining us on our search for the Leeward Bike Path. Got good education from John, and we appreciate it. You guys have a great week. See you on the next route. All
She
right,
danced
aloha.
with the rapids. Now she's forever young. So, how deep is that river? How high is the sky? And so we are delivered to a greater reason why. So, leave your house at your home. You won't need a thing. When you're down on the river, you can hear the canyon sing. Echoes in the canyon.